Hello everyone and welcome to LEGO Burst and this review of 75102 Poe's X-Wing Fighter, one of the first LEGO Star Wars The Force Awakens set. Here's the front of the box. We've got Kylo Ren here and the Star Wars logo, which is just pure white, no border, which I think looks very striking and really good. As you can see, you get 3 minifigures and BB-8. Let's have a look around the side. Something new with the Star Wars sets this year is this technical information and pictures in the top right corner. I quite like that, it looks pretty good. And this is the most expensive X-Wing fighter that they've ever released. This was £69.99. Looking at the other X-Wing fighters that they've released, they've varied from $30, I'm not sure how much it was in the United Kingdom, but around £45 on some of the later models up until £50. With the last one that came out a few years ago. So we do ask questions of why this one is £20 more. It certainly has a higher piece count, and because I'm a skeptic, I went into this build wanting to keep track of everything they were doing with small pieces that they could have done with larger pieces. So I'll touch more on that later, but let's have a look at the minifigures now. First up, we've got the Resistance Ground Crew. This is a brand new helmet that he's got here, which is quite highly detailed, and I like his use of colours, and just overall I think he looks pretty good. That's the reverse, and you can see more of the helmet there and some very fine detailing on the helmet. Next up, we've got BB-8. He's pretty adorable, I think he looks incredible, and I think he's got 2 brand new elements here. Certainly printing wise they are obviously brand new, but I've not come across these pieces before, so I'll break him down for you. So he's got this tiny headpiece, just looks like that, and this body piece which is a globe. Next up, we've got this Resistance X-Wing pilot, and I think he looks incredible. This new helmet, different from the last one, is amazing. The visor is built into the actual helmet and it's elongated on the right side there with a microphone, and I'll just focus the legs. So really great printing on this guy as well. As you can see, they've gone for a brown colour more than an orange colour for the pilot's costumes this time, and then that helmet again, very fine detailing on the helmet there. It looks excellent, very highly detailed indeed. I think this is actually one of the best helmets LEGO have ever produced. And so here we have Poe Dameron, I think that's how you pronounce his name, not sure, either Dameron or Dameron, one of them, but he is the pilot of this X-Wing, and of course the set is called Poe's X-Wing Fighter. Again, you can see that incredible helmet, looks even better in black in my opinion, with that Rebel logo, or I guess now it's Resistance logo, and nice printing on the torso and legs as well. Same printing again on the back, and again if we look at his helmet you can see that incredible detailing, and again the Rebel or Resistance logo on the side. He just looks incredible. This is our sticker sheet, not too bad. And here we have the actual X-Wing itself. As you can see, it's pretty striking in its brand new black and orange colour scheme with some silver and grey details. I really love how this one has got single engines on each side that then come together. I think that actually looks better than the old one. And I'm personally a fan of the colour scheme as well. I know there's been a lot of debate about it. Reminds me a little bit of Action Man. But that's all good. Now let's have a look at the wing mechanism. It's operated using this crank on top, like that. As you can see, that is held in place by some rubber bands, 2 rubber bands on each side, and you've got a good look at the rear engines there as well. I have found there's 1 or 2 flaws with the set, however. Probably the main one being this. If you look at the cockpit, it doesn't actually sit flush. So this is a new windscreen piece, and it's supposed to sit completely flush. But as you can see, it presses it up a little bit, which is a little bit annoying. The other main flaw is that these engine pieces are a little bit loose. They're only held in with that bit there, which doesn't actually go all that far in. You would kind of expect that to push all the way in and click, but it doesn't. So it's not unheard of for these engine bits to fall out a little bit. One thing that I will say about the engine pieces, however, is that I love this colour. I think it works well with the rest of the model. Another small flaw with the model is that BB-8, bless his little cotton socks, is a little bit loose in the chamber for him. So if you look at him there, it doesn't take much to knock him around and eventually come loose. And before you know it, your astromech droid is no good because he's face down and you can't see what he's doing. As I mentioned, I actually came into this set with a little bit of skepticism. I wasn't sure if LEGO were just using multiple pieces in places where they could have used a single piece to bump up the piece count. So here's a few examples of where that happened. To be fair, I was keeping an eye out for it and I didn't notice it all that often. Another thing to consider is that you get this kind of pit crew setup here, and that adds to the pieces as well. There was something like 20 or 30 spare pieces left over, and this pit crew section is about 55 pieces or so. So that accounts for what, about 80 of the difference between this and the last X-Wing, by which point they're about 50 pieces off. So it probably is the largest X-Wing they've ever made. So maybe there is a little bit of justification for the price point there, but I still think that the prices seem very inflated on these The Force Awakens sets. Overall, I have to be honest, and this was a set that was quite hard to justify purchasing. I had a £15 voucher, and if I hadn't had that, I don't think I would have been able to afford this set. £70 is a lot of money. It is, I think it does look like the biggest X-Wing we've ever had, but it's not by much, and £70 for an X-Wing is a lot of money. That being said, I do really love the set. It's certainly not perfect. As I say, it has got a few build flaws, but looks wise I think it's incredible. I like the selection of minifigures. You get the incredible BB-8 and the X-Wing pilots look awesome, and just the swooshability of these X-Wing fighters is always second to none. So it is overall a very good set and I would recommend it. Thank you very much for watching LEGO Burst, everyone. Let me know in the comments what you think of this set and subscribe for more videos.